Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss the top places to invest in Philadelphia County. Stay tuned. So you're thinking about investing in Philadelphia, you're sold on the area, you like the way how the prices are in Philly. It's not necessarily New York, but it's not DC. It's perfectly in the center. Everything just seems right. If you're thinking about investing in Philly, whether or not it's to either buy and hold or just for as a first-time home buyer possibly, or even just to flip or develop, these areas may help you into determining whether or not you want to invest in these particular areas. Before I get to my list, if you can please hit that like button so that it really helps the channel out. It helps me, feeds the YouTube algorithm. So let us get to it. One of our places is Norris Square. Norris Square is right towards the tip of North Philly. It's right before Huntington Park and Julianta, and Feltonville. This area has lots of land to develop and to build in. When I ride through Norris Square, it can be kind of dense, but I'm seeing that there has been new construction in this area and it has plans for revitalization. There's several urban gardens in the area that the community keeps up, and the average sale price in this area is $365,942. Dickinson Narrows is closer to the Delaware River, and the houses are affordable. Depending on how much you want to be in this area, the prices may vary. This area may be really good for multifamily, which it generates really good cash flow. You're located in so many different places. You're located in a perfect spot of South Philly, and the boundaries in Dickinson Narrow is from Washington Avenue to Snyder Avenue and from 4th to 6th Streets. So that's the boundaries of Dickinson Narrows. It's great for flips and for rents as well. If you're thinking about just wanting to get in and flip a house, it is a desirable area for most home buyers. They're willing to spend the money. Still pretty affordable in the area because you're so close to like 95, you're close to the trains, and you got subway stations nearby. So Dickinson Narrows could be your place. Pennsport, which is next to Dickinson Narrows towards the east side, it is bounded by Washington Avenue to the north, Snyder Avenue, and 4th Street on the west to the Delaware River. It is great for flips and to buy and hold for rentals. It's normally known for like blue collared workers, so it's still pretty affordable in this area. The homes are beautiful. It's great to flip and to buy and hold if you can find a great multifamily or a good investment property in the area. Fort Richmond is bounded by Castor Avenue, York Street to 95, and the Delaware River to Trenton Avenue. Pennsport is north of Dickinson Narrows and Pennsport. If you're going up the 95 corridor, it's solid and stable. It's a solid and stable neighborhood. So appreciation values have been going up. We've been seeing that in the past few months and years. And as a tip, if you can find a property that is more south and closer to the river, the better. Next on my list is Point Breeze. Now, Point Breeze is I would say it's kind of like a comma in a way, or I would put an asterisk next to Point Breeze because it's a little overdeveloped from what my opinion is. It may be different, but there has been a lot of flips in the area. You can find a good property, but it's really a flipping market. It's perfect for flips. But if you're thinking about looking to buy and hold or rent, it may not be necessarily the right move per se. Unless you can find a really good deal off market, that's the way to go. Cobbs Creek. Cobbs Creek is all the way in not South, in West Philly. It is actually, if you're coming from Delaware County, if you're coming from Upper Darby, Cobbs Creek is kind of like the first neighborhood you hit once you hit over 63rd Street. The border is Market Street to Baltimore Avenue and 52nd Street to 63rd Street. Or Upper Darby, but regardless. This area is really good for investments. I have done several deals in Cobbs Creek with an investor that is looking to buy and hold. There's multiple exits to the area, and you can get in through so many different ways to get out of the city. You can go deeper into the city. You can either go towards Delaware County the other way. Yeah, you can if you keep going down the other way, you'll end up in Jersey. In Southwest, you'll end up in Southwest more so. But anyway, it's lower entry prices. You get really high rent and the value. And also to talk more about Cobbs Creek, it's great for 3-bedroom and 1-bath homes that need minimum rehab, and that will cash flow. And as a tip as well, the closer you are to 52nd Street, the better. Before I get to my last point, if you can have the chance, and if you would please be a dear, please subscribe to this channel and press the notification button so that you will know when I post a new video. My last point is South Philly. If you're thinking about going into South Philly, I want to recommend as to buy and hold in this area. It's because it's higher entry prices and rental income, and it's not being proportionate to these prices. However, South Philly is pretty good for flipping. You can flip a house. You can also develop in the area now. South Philly, and that's the thing. Like, I'm just saying, South Philly as a whole. South Philly can have has a lot of different neighborhoods. And if you're driving down South Philly, there's going to always be new construction, regardless of where you go. So you can get a really good buy and hold, but you would have to be able, in order for the numbers to make sense, you may have to buy it at either a distress or really super low, where it's like, you can make it up in the rents within a short period of time, because the rents out in South Philly is pretty high. But of course, you're also spending more money because South Philly is pretty desirable. So that's one thing about South Philly that I will say, is that, just flip in the area or develop. If you are able to, that would be great. But if you're thinking about moving into the area as a first-time home buyer, or just a buyer, just want to move into South Philly, the appreciation is going to go up. It's, South Philly has always been a hot neighborhood all this time, and it still is. A lot of people like South Philly. So that is it. Those are my points. And if you can leave a comment below, let me know if you agree with this list, or if there's any other areas that I should have added to this list. Let me know, and why. Let's start the conversation. Where do you think that these areas are great? Do you think these are not so great? Let's start the conversation, and thank you, and I will see you on the next one.